This problem, we're given some data that has reverse scored items, and the goal is to unreverse the scores for this item so that we can compare it and use it with other items that are measuring the construct more directly in an unreversed way. So what we have is we're using an integrity test. And an integrity test is a pre-employment test given to potential job candidates or people that have made it through the first wave of sorting. And they are to pick out people that are dishonest. If you're hiring 100 people and if you can get rid of the 5 people that are the most dishonest, that's not a bad thing. So you definitely don't want to hire a dishonest person. And so these integrity tests, they're not super accurate, and that's why they can only be used to weed out the most extreme people. Typically, 5%, maybe 10% of the candidates with the lowest scores on integrity would be uh, uh, rejected from the candidate pool. So the way that we can do the integrity test is by asking indirect questions. You don't want to say, "Oh, are you an honest person?" Because if they're dishonest, they're still going to say that they're honest. So in this uh, set of data we have 10 candidates, and they've been asked 3 questions on integrity. And this is from the work ethic and dependability test by HR assessments. And they are given 3 statements, and they're asked how much they agreed with each one. One would be strongly disagree, and 5 is strongly agree. And it's employees, first item, and that's called INT1, integrity 1. Employees have the right to expect, no, employers have the right to expect all employees to be hardworking and reliable. So if you're a hardworking, reliable person, you would tend to agree that that's right. If you're a lazy person who's trying to get away from things, you might not be too thrilled with that. So that's a not a reverse scored one, but that's directly measuring integrity. The second question is, it's sometimes difficult for me to continue my work if I'm not motivated. Also, that one, if you have a high score, that shows that you're not very motivated for work sometimes. And so that would be reverse scored. A low score, someone who disagrees with that, is more likely to be a hardworking, honest person. And then the first one was direct, the second one was reversed, and the third one also is direct, not reversed. We are all responsible for the decisions that we make. And people that would strongly agree with that are less likely to blame the circumstances for uh, their behavior, and so they're going to want to be motivated to be honest. So we have data for the 10 candidates here, and I've labeled the data from the questions, INT1, integrity 1. Now, for the second question, I called it integrity 2 reversed, because, and integrity 3 is not reversed, so that's just INT3. So INT1 and INT3, high scores indicate integrity, whereas INT2 reversed, low scores indicate integrity. Now, if we want to put all these data together, we've got to unreverse these scores. Now, the formula that we're going to use is, let me type it in here, unreversed score equals highest score possible plus lowest score possible minus reversed score. So the highest, so that's going to be, if we look at that, this is going to be equals, the highest score possible is 5 plus 1 minus reverse scored, reversed score. That's how we're going to figure it, and that's going to be the same thing as 6 minus the reverse scored. So that's what we want to put in a new column. Now, the way we're going to do this, first of all, we're going to insert a new column where we want it to go. So I'm going to right click on column E up here. I right click and I choose insert, and Excel read my mind and said, oh, I bet you want to call that INT2. And I do. They were right. They knew it came after INT1, so they called it INT2. And so I'm going to put in the Excel equation equals, and I'm going to use this equation down here, 6 minus the reverse score. So that reverse score is here. So that's F3. So I'm going to do equals 6 minus F3, enter. And then it's going to ask me, do I want to continue that for override all cells in this column? Yes, I do. And so now it has calculated a reversed score for all of the people. The first person, the 3 went to a 3. The second one, the 1 went to the 5. A 2 went to the 4, and they're all reversed. And that's how we calculate reversed scores.